So I'm a little bit late in getting you this review. I did post on my blog on Thursday my review of Minions, but so make sure that you are following me on the blog, because sometimes I'm able to get things out more quickly than I am with YouTube. But I did get to see the Minions movie on Thursday of last week, and I was going to it actually kind of excited and maybe a little nervous, because I thought that the Minions were the best part of the Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2 movies, which I think are a little overrated. I found them to be kind of slow, but the Minions were the funny part. The Minions are the things that I enjoyed, and kids love the Minions. My nieces love the Minions, so I was looking forward to it, and I thought the first trailer was really strong, and then the second trailer made me nervous because it had a lot of adult humor, and which I mean is kind of risque and wink wink, look at us kind of humor, and I hate that in children's movies. So I was nervous about that part of it, but I was still excited. So I went in and I saw it, and honestly, I'm disappointed. I thought it was okay, better than Home, this year's Home or Strange Magic, but it could have been so much better. I thought almost every good part of this movie is in the trailer. And so that in the first trailer, and then a little bit in the second trailer, which is always frustrating. You feel like, oh, well, I've heard especially in a comedy, because it's like, wow, I have already heard the jokes before, and so it's not quite as fun. But I thought some of the jokes were cute, but nothing made me laugh out loud. Nothing made me, it wasn't like the Lego Movie, which had me in stitches laughing, or even last year's Penguins of Madagascar, or Mr. Peabody and Sherman. I thought were much funnier, both those movies, than anything in Minions. I liked this whole sort of the evolution of the Minions, even though it is sort of counteracted by Groot creating the Minions in the first movie, so that's sort of weird. But it was funny, although another YouTuber pointed out that they kind of, because they go into the cave after Napoleon, and then they come out in 1968, which does kind of, in their search for the supervillain, conveniently skips over some big supervillains of Hitler and Mussolini and everything else. And so that's kind of, I understand it, but it's kind of whatever. But none of that would have mattered if it had been funny. I just didn't laugh. But the people in front of me were laughing their heads off, so who knows? I thought that the voice casting was completely wasted. Like someone like Michael Keaton, you don't even know he's in the movie. Like seriously, I saw his name in the credits. I'm like, oh, so he's so cool. He's so good. And he's given nothing to do. And Allison Janney, nothing to do. And the Scarlet Overkill, who is played by Sandra Bullock, was a miscasting. They needed somebody who had like a little bit of sauce to them, a little bit of, like, I kept thinking, oh, I wish this was more like Natasha in the Rocky and Bullwinkle movies, a little bit of pizzazz, a little bit of, something sort of campy and fun, because it's the Minions. I mean, I don't know. But this was just bland and nothing special in the voice performance. The one part that did make me chuckle was I liked the fact that Scarlet Overkill wanted to be a princess. Like, she already has all the money, she already has all the power, but she wants to be a princess, which I thought was kind of clever. And not only does she want to be a princess, she wants to be a princess as she determined it when she was like 5. And she has this drawing of herself as a princess, and the hair cutter is like cutting her hair, and she's like angry at him because it's not like the drawing that she did when she was 5, which I thought that was funny. I did not like the adult humor. I do not think it's appropriate to have boob jokes and butt jokes and all of that in a children's movie. I don't enjoy that. I find it very obnoxious. It's one thing, you can make movies that are funny for both adults and children, but I don't think you should have adult humor in children's movies. I find that very awkward instead of being funny to me. And I also didn't like the torture scene. I found that very uncomfortable. To me, it wasn't funny, And I just think in the climate that we currently have, the racial climate and everything, I don't think that having the Minions getting hung on a noose is very appropriate. I don't. I think that is uncomfortable. And so I didn't like that. But the music is awesome. They spent a fortune on these songs. And so that was cool. And the way they used sort of 1960s classic rock music, they got the Kinks and the Beatles and just everything you could imagine from the 60s. That was very cool. I thought Jon Hamm was good. He was the one vocal performance that I actually liked as the boyfriend of Scarlet Overkill. I thought he was funny. He's kind of also the inventor and how helps equip the Minions for stealing the crown from the Queen of England. And there's a segment where Bob, which I find the names of the Minions very funny. That was very funny. Bob, Kevin, and Stuart. For some reason, that just makes me laugh. And Bob becomes King of England, and that was funny to me. So overall, it had a few parts that I liked. I thought it looked really cute. It looked bright and colorful. I thought it had a nice pacing to it. And overall, I think if you're a big fan of the Minions, I think you'll think it's fine, but you'll forget about it in 6 months. You'll be like, oh, Minions movie. So do you guys see the Minions? I'll be very curious to know what you think. And please subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you later. Bye.